Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. So today I want to do one final look with this Chloe Morello's Pretty Fun and Fearless with Ciate London. They did a collaboration together. This is volume 2. I've said before in my Last Chance Sunday video, which is going to go live on Sunday, and then this will follow at some time or another, probably a couple of weeks later. That I'm really not sure about this palette, guys. One of the eyeshadows dropped out yesterday when I dropped it onto the floor, and I've got quite soft flooring, so I don't know why that dropped out. It was probably loose in the pan. But today I want to focus on this rose gold shade in all over the eyelid. I was going to do a look with this copper shade as well, but it's just a normal average copper shade, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then I've used pretty much, well, not pretty much, I haven't used Platinum and I haven't used Ellie. I'll probably just do them off camera and see if I like it. If I don't like the majority of those shades, so I'll probably end up decluttering it, maybe pass it along to my mum. But yeah, we're definitely going to be using the rose gold today because I absolutely adore rose gold eyeshadow. So first of all, we're just going to put the rest of my makeup on. Oh, that's the shade that came out, by the way. It just looks like that, and it's called Morello Cherry. I'm going to put it back in. If I can find some glue, I'll try and super glue it, because it's not shattered or anything. So yeah, let's just zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. What we'll do is we'll use Mali's Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. It's on not chopping block, it's a project pan. So we're just going to use this in the T-zone area. And I do use 2 primers, so I use this in the T-zone area, and then I'll use a more hydrating primer in the cheeks. And the one that I'm using at the moment, this is in this week's Shop My Stash, is the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer. So this came in a set, in the Hollywood Nights set, so I will link that video so you can go and check that out if you've not already done so. I got it from TK Matte and it's quite nice. So what I tend to do is just leave that to soak, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Now we're going to use that, so it's the Rimmel Good to Glow in 001 Notting Hill Glow, and I just put the tiniest amount on my fingers like that. It looks a lot, I know, probably is a little bit too much. Just blend it in with the fingers. And this is good when you're using a matte foundation, it just gives you that really nice glow underneath. And I am going to be using my L'Oreal Total Cover Infallible. I'm going to try and use it up this week. There isn't that much left, so as you can see, I've cut the top off. I think I've cut this now twice, and it's all in the bottom, so I might have to even cut it again. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to cut that again. Right, so it's now really teeny tiny. Like I said, most of the products in the bottom there, you can just see it. So it's a mousse, and a little bit really does go a long way. I've got loads on my fingers now. Even though there was a ton of product in the bottom, it just wasn't coming out. Just let me get my sponge. Yeah, even though there was a load of product in the bottom of the foundation, it just wasn't coming out. So that's why I've had to cut it. And I want to use it just because it will start to get dry, because I've had to obviously cut the top off it. There can't be that many more uses left in it now, guys. I'm going to wash this brush today. It's leaving strokes all over my face because it's full of foundation. It's full of this foundation, so it's not like I'm using different foundations with it. But it needs a wash. What I do when I've like kind of blended in most of the product, I'll go in with this little sponge here. I'll take some of my e.l.f. Dewy setting spray. I know it's in the NYX bottle, but yeah, I've put it in here, and wet the sponge. And I like doing this because it gives a really nice glowy look to the foundation, because it is really matte. This foundation is a camouflage foundation. It would cover my tattoos if I wanted it to, so it embellishes every bit of texture you've got, especially the texture in my nose area here. But I don't want to get rid of it until it's completely gone. Right, so concealer time. So concealer, I'm just using the Rimmel Wake Me Up. It's in 10 Ivory. A little bit too dark for me, but yeah, we're just going to use this up. I don't put too much on anyways. So what I do is just put it on the inner corner and the outer corner and blend it in, just so it doesn't show my fine lines too much. And it's probably going to last forever, that, if I only do it like this. I didn't used to do it like this, and then I watched a video, I can't remember whose channel it was on, and she said that she's been watching a makeup artist, and if you had more mature skin like me, or you was just getting older and you had quite fine lines, to do this, and then obviously put a bit of powder on to set it, and it wouldn't show your lines up as much, and it hasn't, so yeah, I'm really liking doing this. So now we're going to go in with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder in the shade 1, which we all know I'm not really a lover of, but I'm just trying to use it all up. Yeah, it's definitely got fine particles of glitter in this. Don't know if you can see it, it's just here. I don't have any glitter on my cheeks, it's just from that. And on this side, I'll just show you before we even go in with the powder. On this side there's nothing there. Watch once we put this powder on. Yeah, it's there again. So it's definitely the powder. I was quite shocked. I mean, I've been using it for ages, and I only found this out probably about a month ago, that there was glitter in it. Nobody ever, like when they talk about this powder on YouTube, nobody actually ever says there's like fine particles of glitter in it. They just rave about the product. That's not why I don't like it. I mean, it doesn't look too bad because I've hardly got any concealer on, so it's not actually gone into the fine lines. But I just don't like that particular powder, if I'm being honest. There's better powders at the drugstore, in my personal opinion. So now we're going to be going in with another powder. So this is the, let's see if we can get it. Oh, that shouldn't be in there. My highlighter. This is the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten Foundation with an SPF of 15, and it's in the shade Porcelain. So we're just gonna use this as my powder. It's a really good powder, this. I'm really enjoying using. Might even keep it in for a second week just to get a little bit more use out of it, because it is on the older side. So now what I need to do is kind of put this has probably got enough use probably till next week, actually, looking at it. It's probably going to give me at least another 5 uses. So I'm just going to put that in there like that, and just put it to the back of this little storage thing I have. So now we're going to bronze. Right, so this is the only bronzer that I pulled for this week. Again, this is the older product. Oh, yeah, this is the oldest bronzer in my collection, I think. Yeah, it is. I didn't used to have a lot of bronzers, but now I've got slightly more than I had originally. I just found it so hard to to use bronzers. I think the first bronzer I actually bought was from the Body Shop. It was one of those honeycomb ones, and I don't have that anymore. I panned it, I think last year. It was a nice bronzer. That was like quite orange toned as well, and it was one of the lightest ones. So I really struggle to get a good bronzer for my skin, and obviously I need one that doesn't clash with my hair as well, with it being red. So I'm just going to put that back. I could use the blusher, but I want to use a different one. So yeah, we'll just put that back. That's the wrong drawer. So what we're going to do now is just use my Project Pan powder to sculpt the bronzer out. Let's just blend it in. It's a nice bronzer. This quite warm, but if you only go in with a light hand, it's really nice. And then I'm using the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder as usual. Again, that's Project Pan. But yeah, this is the only place I use this powder, just here to sculpt out the bronzer. What else we're doing? So this, I'm not a lover, well, I don't know if I want to keep it around the collection. So this is the number 7 Shimmer Palette in Rose. Whoops. If I break it, I won't have to keep it around the collection. It looks more like a highlight though. That's the only thing. It looks very similar to this Revolution Baked Blusher in Hard Day, even though I use this as a highlight. That's just a bit more rosy toned. So shall we try this one as a highlight? Yeah, we'll try it as a highlight. It says it's a shimmer palette, so we'll use this one. And this is really bright, good for this time of year, but I don't know if I want to keep it around the collection. I'm going to put it on with a stipple brush, I think. Yeah, I use this when I think the blushes are going to be pigmented. So this is the Real Techniques Berlin Collection Stipple Brush. And I love these collection of brushes. So, whoop, just a tiny bit. It looks real bright. Why is it doing that? Obviously won't go on with a stipple brush. It's really nice and glowy though. If you want to put a tiny bit on, it's so nice, real pretty and glowy. It looks really bright though on the camera, like it does normally. So I tend to just use this brush to blend it all together. Right, so that's that. And then the highlighter, we said we're going to use this. I'm really scared about using it as a highlight. If this doesn't work as a highlight, then it's being removed from the collection. This could completely trash my makeup before I've even put eyeshadow on. Yeah, it's too dark. Just use the top of it. See, using the top of it is not too dark, but I'd only be able to use that one stripe there. That's quite frosty. I don't want to keep it just for that little bit of stripe. If I just use that one bit, it looks a lot like the Revolution one, and because it's like looking a lot like that one, I might just declutter it from the collection completely. But I won't do that until I do like my highlighter collection. I mean, it's looking bright. Right, we'll use this brush just to put this on. Right, so now let's go in with the brow gel. Oh, actually, let's comb the brows out. Let's comb the brows out with this e.l.f. pencil. And I've used pretty much all the product. There's barely any that I can get out of it, so we're going to call it done. But I'm going to keep the spoolie around because I like combing through my brows with that. So we're just going to use this one now. This one is by Poundland from the Makeup Gallery. And I've said before, I really do like it, but not much product comes out, so you've got to keep dipping into it. Suppose it's better that not much product comes out than too much. Right, then we're going to go in with this Revolution Conceal and Define just all over the lids. Okay, so as usual when I've been using this palette, I'm going to go in with the shade Ninny. And I think I'm going to use Pony as well because I really like that combination together. I forgot. Right, and I'm going to choose a different brush for Pony. I really like this one. It's more precise. It's the 122, I think. Yeah, 122 by BH Cosmetics. So this is the Pony shade I want to use. And these eyeshadows aren't the most pigmented eyeshadows that you'll ever use. That's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. Especially if you're not used to applying makeup. You know, you can just build the eyeshadows up, but if you want really good pigmentation right off the bat, then these aren't really the eyeshadows for that. Right, and then we're going to go in with this beautiful rose gold eyeshadow. Its swatch is real pretty, but whether it goes on the eyelid as pretty is another thing. Oh, I'm liking it. It's probably one of those that you have to build up. That's a real pretty eyeshadow. If you can hear people outside, I apologise for that, guys. Honestly, you wouldn't think that we were supposed to be in isolation, would you? I know you can go for a walk for an hour, but these guys that live near me are literally just out there every single day. They don't keep that 2 metres apart. I heard one person coughing the other day and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, it's like, you know, listen to the government, listen to what they're trying to say. This is why, you know, the curve's not flattening. And until that happens, then the isolation isn't going to get lifted. I don't know about you guys where you live, but we're coming up now for the 3rd week of being in isolation / lockdown. And it really is getting to me, you know. It's not the best, you know, not to be able to come and go as you please. I think you take that for granted, really, when you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. But when that gets taken away from you for your own health reasons and other people's health reasons, you kind of like, it can leave you feeling depressed. I've said this in previous videos. I normally go and see my mum every single night without fail. And I'm having to limit the contact that I have with her, and limit the time that I actually go out, because I obviously don't want to catch anything and pass it along to her, but I do have to go and see her just because she relies on me to do certain things for her, like tablets. But yeah, I mean, they are hard times at the moment. Real hard times. Is anyone else struggling with it? So I've just put gold, yeah, I've just put gold, I don't know why I did that, in the inner corner. I'm also gonna go back in with halo just to make it a little bit lighter. And the police are really clamping down on people that are out and about after a certain time in my area where I live. Probably doing it all over, but in my area where I live, I never thought they would, because it's quite quiet, you know, it's not, but a lot of teenagers hang around there, so that's probably why they're doing it. The other day, last Saturday when I went to my mum's, I was coming home, probably about 10 past 10 or something like that, and I saw a police van like coming from the area where I lived, and it looked like it was going to the area where my mum lives. We only live about 10 minutes apart, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna stop me now. Real panicking about it, and I don't know why I was panicking so much, because I had every right to be there. I'd just done a tablets, just picked the tablets up from the pharmacy, so I had every right to be there. But you know, when I see police and the fact that they can just stop you at any given moment now is just real panic, and it's setting my anxiety off. But I don't have a choice but to actually be there. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm limiting like the times that I'm out of the house. As long as you've got a reason why you're out, you know, they'll be fine with it. I read, well, I didn't read, I saw it on the news that there was this couple last weekend when it was real nice. They was on Hove Beach in East Sussex, lighting a barbecue. So the police came along and put water on that barbecue, and I googled it yesterday just to see what, if anything had happened, like if they'd got fined or anything. They've got fined, and they also have to go to court as well. So yeah, they are taking it completely seriously, as they should be, because obviously people are dying from this nasty disease. It's a silent killer. So yeah, if and when you can, please stay inside, keep safe, and really just look after yourselves and your family, because that's what it's all about. So I'm hoping, like, if we all do that, if we all stick to what the government says, then sooner rather than later we will get through this. But anyway, that's that. What have you all been doing to kind of relieve the boredom? I've personally been watching, well, I've been watching YouTube, a lot of like people's channels on YouTube, some people that I didn't even know about, so I've been watching things like that. I've also had some real exciting news. So a brand reached out to me about my blog. If you're not following my blog, it's beautywithandrea36.blogspot.co.uk. I would love it so much if you went over there and followed me. So yeah, she reached out to me and she wants to collab with me. So yeah, that's real exciting. So that happened in the last couple of days, so we're working on a collaboration together. I'm really excited about doing it. It's only for the blog. She did mention like future collaborations with Instagram and also YouTube, because I told her that I had other social media outlets, and that if she wanted, I could actually post something on there about the collaboration. And she said, for now, let's just leave it as a blog post. So that's absolutely fine. So that's what I'll be doing probably in the next week or so. I'm just waiting to get the package through and to have a look at it and so on. So I'm really looking forward to that. What else? So yeah, TV shows. What I've been really watching on Now TV, because I don't really watch a lot of shows on normal TV. I've even stopped watching like soaps like Emmerdale and Corrie and things like that. But what I have been watching, we'll talk about UK TV first actually. So UK TV, there's been a couple of really good dramas on. So one's called Liar, and it was actually season 2. Real good. It's finished now, but if you're in the UK, you can catch up on it on ITV Hub. I even think season 1's still on there, so yeah, you can go ahead and watch that there. And then the second one, that's on that's on a Monday night, and then the second one is on a Sunday night, and that one's called The Nest. Oh my gosh, it's so fantastic, guys. And then on Now TV, on Sky Atlantic, Lenny James, I think is a UK actor. I've seen him in quite a few things. He directed a programme called Save Me. I didn't watch it, but I'd heard so much about it. I didn't have Now TV when it came out originally, so I didn't have access to Sky. So he brought that programme out called Save Me, and then he's just recently brought Save Me 2 out, and I binge watched those 2 seasons in a day. No, 2 days. And I think it's like 12 episodes in both, and I just couldn't stop watching it. I even gave up my Game of Thrones, because that's another programme I've been watching on Now TV, to actually watch that. I just couldn't believe how good it was. So if you have access to either Now TV or Sky Atlantic, go ahead and watch it if you've not already seen it. It is amazing. And then other than Game of Thrones, I've not really been watching anything else. The UK shows I only watch when I'm at my mum's. So yeah, other than that, it's just Now TV when I want to watch something, or YouTube, because I don't really like UK TV that much. And there's never anything on really, so that's why I got Now TV in the first place. I did used to have Netflix, but I don't want to pay for 2 subscriptions when I won't be using them both at the same time. So what I'm going to do is watch everything on Now TV that I want to watch, and then I'll cancel that and then go over to Netflix again. So that's my plan anyway, because there's so many shows that I want to watch on Netflix. Right, so if you live in the UK and you have Now TV, if you've got any recommendations, please let me know down below. If you've got Sky and you've got any recommendations, please let me know down below. I would love to hear what they are. But yeah, other than that, let's get back into this look, because this video is going to be extra long. Right, so we're just going to do the eyes, so let's go in with the eyeliner. This is in Project Pan as well, just the MAC Graph Black. I mean, come on, didn't they shout that loud outside my window? Did you hear them coughing? It's probably a smoker's cough. I didn't put that halo shade on, did I? Because it's looking real gold in the inner corner. So let's just use that to lighten it up a little bit. That's what talking about shows does that I'm watching. I'm sick of this Morello cherry shade keep popping out. I'm going to end up decluttering that into the bin. I'm absolutely loving this look, guys. I love the eyes. Let's just zoom you in so you can see the eyes properly. Love the eyes. The only product I didn't really love was, it'd be no surprise to you, but was this number 7 shimmer palette in Rosé. Like I said, this lighter shade here would probably work as a highlighter for me. Yeah, it's a really nice pinky ice highlight. And it's a lot lighter than the Revolution one, so it's just there, but it's just one tiny pie, and no, I think I'm just going to give it away. I mean, you could probably use this as eyeshadow. Maybe I'll try and use it as like a rose gold eyeshadow first, because I've got my Urban Decay Naked free, but some of those eyeshadows in there I think are on the older, well, the whole palette's on the older side, so this might work as a rose gold eyeshadow. So we'll try that, and if it doesn't work then I'm definitely decluttering it. I don't like to declutter products that I've paid quite a lot of money for, and number 7 is quite expensive compared to a normal drugstore brand. So I don't really want to declutter it until I've tried using it for all these different things. If it works like as a really nice eyeshadow, I mean, you've got all these different kind of rose golds in it, so it could potentially be a gorgeous palette. I mean, that one there, yeah, it could potentially work. So we're going to try that on a different day, so I'll probably keep that in an extra week and try that again. So we're kind of repurposing things, aren't we, to use for like different parts of the face. So yeah, let's see if that works out for that. And that was the only thing that I didn't really like, to be honest. Love the eyeshadows that I've used. I knew that I liked Ninny and Pony, so them two mattes that I used, but I didn't know if this rose gold shade would be pigmented enough for me. But yeah, I really like it, guys. It's super pretty. Love this lipstick as well. This lipstick needs to be used up. I mean, it is slightly on the older side, so I'm always going to keep it out on my little desk of lipsticks, like on a little storage container of lipsticks. So I'll always keep it there and just reach for it when I want to use it. So guys, this is my video. Hope you've enjoyed the look. Hope you've enjoyed my little chit chat. I know I can go on quite a bit, but I feel like I had a bit to say about the way things are at the moment, and I haven't really spoken about it on the channel in great detail. So yeah, I just thought I would kind of speak to you about it today. Hope you're all well and are staying safe, but most of all sane. I know these are incredibly hard times for us all, and hope your families are all doing really well. If you've not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below and click the notifications bell, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.